kind of weird seeing myself.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, congratulations, first of all, ahead of time.
Thank you.
When you think about this moment coming up tonight, um, there's everything that goes beyond it. Now you're going to be a point guard in the league. I'm just curious who you are thinking about as almost models for your game at the next level.
I mean, I really enjoy watching Kathy Pondexter play. Since I was little, that's the player that I've really tried to emulate my game after. So it's going to be exciting to actually be in the same league as some of these great point guards. And as long as I can just go out and try to hold my own, that's what I'm going to do.
The aspect of your game that seems likeliest to go right away is your ability to find people, your ability to get to the basket. Are there aspects of your game that you think will be a little harder to translate to the WNBA level right away?
Oh, definitely. Just because I'm a smaller guard, so just the physical play, trying to get used to that. Because especially in college, they changed the rules where it's more of a touchy foul situation. Right. So now switching from that to a different physical game, I think that'll probably be the biggest thing.
Are there ways that you're preparing yourself to adjust to that, or what can you do? I know we've talked that it's tough to build muscle, when you try to do it. So, what sort of recourses do you have for it?
Obviously, just like you said, get in the weight room, get stronger. Just because I don't have a lot of muscle mass doesn't mean I'm getting stronger. And then continue to play with some of the practice players that I have in my school. Those guys are really physical and really aggressive, so I get a lot of that from them every day. And so if I can just keep putting myself in those situations, it'll definitely help me on the next level.
Is Cappy the one you're most excited to play against also? What is that?
It's just one of those moments that you're kind of like, you don't want to be starstruck or anything like that, but it's like you're in awe just because of all the great things that she's accomplished in her career. And the type of player that she is, so I would really be looking forward to it.
When people talk about the draft, or people talk about just where you're going to go and how that's going to go, have you allowed yourself to think about that stuff since the end of the UConn season? Is that something that comes in before? You're sort of what was your mental process like in that?
It's kind of hard not to, obviously, because you're going to hear you're not in college anymore, so there's going to be people talking to you about the next level. But I think it's out of my control, so it's something that I prayed about, and wherever I'm supposed to go, that's where I'll end up at.
For you personally, have you thought about this day itself? Have you thought about what that moment is going to feel like? Have you pictured it? And how has the day so far compared to what you thought it would be?
Oh, you're never going to know, because it's just something that you've been dreaming about for so long. But we've been pretty busy. We've had a breakfast this morning. They keep us doing activities to kind of keep your mind, focused on other things so that you're not too nervous. But I'm just excited, especially to be here with Stewie and Tuck, and to get to celebrate this moment with them. It's going to be a great night.
There's a lot of conversation about your draft class and the 2002 draft class and sort of the comparison between the two. Have you thought about that? Do you, how do you think that comparison, what do you think of that comparison?
I mean, it's not something I've really given that much thought. I mean, obviously, the classes, they've had a lot of good players come out in the 2002 class. And so just to be compared, it means a lot to us. But you have to go on, you have to hold your own. Nothing is proven in college. What we did in college is over now. So you got to come out in the WNBA and you got to play. And I think maybe that's a conversation that can happen further down the road.
Fair enough. Anything that's happened today that just we haven't touched on? I just don't want to be limited by what I'm asking you.
No, not really. I mean, it's pretty routine stuff. You wake up. The breakfast was great to be able to sit down with so many different people from ESPN, actually the head of ESPN, and just get a chance to kind of network and talk with people. That was a great experience for us. And ever since then, it's just kind of been just small things you got to do some media. Now we're in here, hair and makeup, so it's just exciting.
That's awesome. Well, I'm really happy for